healthy coral reef is one of the most beautiful sights in the world. Apart from its beauty, coral reefs are of great importance to the human population. They protect our coastlines, they are a major source of protein and food, they are essential to the economy of many countries by providing jobs and attracting tourists, and they are the medicine cabinets of the future. Although they cover less than 1% of the ocean floor, they provide for over 25% of all marine life. However, these once thriving ecosystems are in decline. With a combination of anthropogenic stressors and climate change, the world's coral reefs are at risk to be lost. The Maldives are a chain of atolls in the Indian Ocean. Coral reefs are of particular importance to these low-lying islands in the form of coastal protection, food, and now tourism. In 1998, there was a global bleaching event, which was particularly detrimental to the Western Indian Ocean, so the Maldives. A lot of coral reefs were affected, with some reefs losing over 90% of their coral coverage. Some reefs had 40 to 60% coral coverage, and it went down to 1 to 6%. After the 1998 bleaching, the corals started to recover, with coral coverage increasing again. However, in 2016, there was another bleaching event, which really affected the coral populations and the coral community structure. In the Maldives, this meant that a lot of the acropora, the fast-growing branching corals, were lost. Situated in Nunu Atoll, Velaa Private Island is one of the top resorts in the Maldives. The resort started the coral restoration project in 2016 after the bleaching event. The goal of the project is to increase the structural complexity of the reef, increase the amount of corals that are present, and enhance the chances for natural recovery. Our methodology is based off of what was developed by the reef rescuers in the Seychelles. The project uses the coral gardening concept, which is a two-phase process. First, corals are grown in mid-water floating nurseries. In the nurseries, the corals have good water flow and light availability, and are removed from predators, competition, and sediment. Throughout the nursery phase, the corals are monitored. Every 3 months, we measure them to see changes in growth, and we also monitor their health to check for disease, predation, and tissue loss. After 9 months to a year, the corals have increased exponentially in size and are ready to be transplanted to the reef. Transplantation means simply gluing the coral back onto the reef. Like in the nursery, we still monitor the corals for health and growth. On top of monitoring efforts, we also conduct additional research studies, such as annual fish abundance and benthic surveys. Since the inception of the project in 2016, coral coverage has increased from roughly 8% to approximately 16% on the house reef. We have transplanted over 3,000 nursery-reared corals back to the reef, with an average survival rate of 80%. Preliminary results also suggest that there is an increase in fish abundance in the transplanted sections as compared to the degraded sections and a control site. Here is an example of the growth of transplanted corals. This image shows corals transplanted in December 2017. Here you can see the same corals 1 year later in December 2018. The coral restoration project at Velaa was one of the first and the largest in the Maldives to test out mid-water floating nurseries. The research we're doing here can help other resorts or other organizations make mid-water floating nurseries and grow corals in this region.